Hi everyone, and welcome back to Learn Academic English, where I teach intermediate and advanced level lessons for English learners. In today's video, I'm going to give you a quick lesson about the phrase as long as. This is a super common phrase. We use it all the time, and I'm going to teach you how to use it, what it means, and what the difference is between as long as and so long as. Before we get into that lesson, I'd like to remind you to please give this video a like if you find it helpful, leave a comment, and subscribe if you want more lessons for English learners. So, as long as, what does it mean? It means if or provided that. Let's first talk about the difference between as long as and so long as. Well, basically they mean the same thing and you can use both of them. But as long as is more common. I use it, I don't use so long as. It's more commonly used, and I would say that so long as maybe is more informal. So if you're not sure which one to use, go with as long as because it's used by everyone. So how to use as long as? As long as is a subordinating conjunction. So that means that you can use it at the beginning of a clause, and you can use it at the beginning of the sentence or in the middle of the sentence. For example, you will do well in college as long as you go to class, do the readings, and do your homework. Or, as long as you go to class, do the readings, and do your homework, you will do well in college. So just like the word because or if, you can use as long as at the beginning of the sentence, and that makes a dependent clause, put a comma at the end of the clause, or you can use it in the middle of the sentence with no comma. Let's look at another example. As long as you get good grades and do volunteer work, there's a good chance you will get a scholarship. Or, there's a good chance you will get a scholarship as long as you get good grades and do volunteer work. So what exactly does as long as mean? Well, as I mentioned, it's very similar to the word if, but I would say that it's a little bit stronger because it really emphasizes the fact that there is a set of conditions that must be met in order for something else to happen. For example, maybe you start working at a new job and you want to know how you can keep that job, how you can avoid getting fired. So maybe you ask your coworker, how can I make sure that I'm able to keep this job? And maybe they will say, well, as long as you come to work on time, do a good job, and you're polite to the boss, you'll be able to keep this job. So again, that means that there's a set of conditions that must be met in order for you to keep that job, in order for something else to happen. Try to replace it with if or provided that in order to understand the meaning, right? If you come to work on time, you'll be able to keep your job. Let's look at one final example that you actually can answer in the comments below. What conditions need to be met in order for you to reach an advanced level of English? Or maybe we could say, what do you need to do to reach an advanced level of English? Let's do a practice answer together. As long as you improve your vocabulary, practice speaking, read in English often, and work on your grammar, you are sure to reach an advanced level of English. So as always, I will leave a question for you to practice in the comments below, but make sure that you let me know if you have any questions and come back soon for more grammar, vocabulary, and writing lessons with me. Take care and see you next time.